Welcome to Epic Nerd Time. Today, we're doing the top 5 best and top 5 worst
What?
comic books to movies.
I'm assuming Bane plays into this.
He does.
Oh, I'm excited. So what are you going to start with? What is going to be our first set? Best or worst?
Well, let's start with the worst.
By the way, I'm David Moore. This is Derek Payne. Just in case you didn't know. Alright, go ahead. Okay.
The top 5 worst comic books to movies. Number 5, we have The Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight Rises, I know, was not great.
Number 1 reason for me was this man. Bane was Brazilian, not Sean Connery.
Yeah, I always relate his voice back to Sean Connery and Goldmember from Austin Powers. If they had a baby, that's what it would sound like.
It would sound like this.
I agree entirely with Derek on this one. The Bane in that is visibly shorter than Batman, first off.
About 3 inches.
Secondly, not Brazilian. Clearly a white guy, sort of. It's like, I guess he's Swedish, because I think, if I remember correctly, Goldmember was Swedish, and that's what he sounds like.
He was played by Tom Hardy. I think he's British.
Well, he's British, but the voice, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the voice, I think it's like a weird Sean Connery Swedish. It just... Come on. And he's such a cool character. I mean, he has so many things going on.
Yes. I mean, in the comic books, he always had this cute little teddy bear. Where the hell was that, Nolan?
I would have loved to see him with the teddy bear. Because of the fact that it's such an integral part to his character.
Absolutely.
And he's not... I mean, they essentially do portray his intelligence the same on a base level, because he was smart. He wasn't, like, hyper smart, but he was smart.
He had intelligence,
and he just, like, reinforced it with his...
He was a luchador.
Yeah.
He had strategy.
Luchador. That's another thing. What is this? This is not a luchador mask.
This is a crab mask.
It looks like he did just take a crab, spray paint it, and put it on his face.
Yes. But if he took it off, it would be painful.
Yeah, it would be painful because the crab...
For you.
Oh, for me? Because of how ugly he is, or is it...
Possibly.
Oh,
I assume he has no bottom jaw. That's the only reason why I have this contraption.
Oh, man. That movie, that was...
Take it off and his tongue's just flopping.
Oh, God. That's hot. And that's the main reason, like, I felt that the movie was awful. I mean...
That, and also, Anne Hathaway was very good looking as Catwoman.
Yeah.
But the crap was with her outfit.
Yeah.
I mean...
The ears.
What is this?
The ears is... I agree, and this is... I've heard other people talk about this, too, because, like...
It looked like Batwoman.
And they
put a cape on her, and there you go.
They were glasses, right? Like, they were...
the goggles, they
plop them up, and they look like cat ears, like...
Yeah, they were goggles or something.
And, like, she was a cat burglar. And that was what...
Okay, then, right, Bruce Wayne was butthurt because Rachel said no, but didn't tell him that because Alfred was a dick.
Yeah. Well, it's like, after she died, he was kind of like...
Yeah. Then he was like, well, it hurt my back. Even though at the end of the second movie, he's able to run, get on a bike, and go.
Well, I mean, like, Alfred didn't show him the thing, because he was like, he felt bad for him, but...
So? Yeah. 8 years, Batman. 8 years.
And then it starts with him being all tore up and his body's falling apart.
I mean, Catwoman kicked the cane from him, and he fell.
Yeah. Okay. I get that they were going a more realistic sense, because, like, your body would get tore up from doing what he does.
Yes.
On a regular basis.
Yes.
But it kind of takes away from Batman.
Well, at the same time, okay, point there, realistic. How did he heal his back?
Yeah, that one was like. Yeah. Well, I mean, so what happened in the comic book?
The
Broke
comic
his back,
book, he broke
just-
his back.
and he's
in the
yeah,
comic
he was
book,
laid
yes.
up for.
He was in a wheelchair.
For a long
He had
time.
another person take
Yeah.
over as
What's that guy's
Batman. Azrael.
Azrael. Yeah. And I remember that. Yeah.
Azrael
yeah.
almost killed me.
And I remember. Okay, so I forgot about that. So I remember when that movie came out. I was like, I hope they do that. I hope the guy comes in because that would have been an
That would be
awesome
great.
inclusion.
Yeah.
To have him.
Then what the crap was the Robin thing?
Yeah.
My name is Jonathan Blake, but you can call me Homo.
He said later, it's like, my name is. It's like, first
Robin.
name is really Robin.
Robin.
I don't.
When I heard that, I literally almost ran to the screen of the theater to rip it and then light it on fire.
I do not agree with
No one.
their that backstory. That was awful. I don't agree with a lot of stuff in this movie, really. But
Christopher Nolan sucks.
I can't disagree, really. So, yeah, so that's our number one, and those are billion reasons. There's more. We could talk. This could be a whole
We could
episode.
go on for hours.
But
But
got
we
more.
must move on.
Yes.
We spent already 7 minutes. Green Lantern. That heap of flopping CGI crap.
That hurt me. Now, okay, well, first off, Hal Jordan is not my favorite Green Lantern in the first place.
No, but
I
if they would
feel
have
like-
changed his name to Kyle Rayner and gave him a pencil, it would have been a better movie.
Yeah, and see, because my favorite is Kyle Rayner, because, I mean, it's all the potential of a Green Lantern's crew, be able to create out of nothing, out of his ring, with the added effect of
You have a
an
ring.
artist, out of my ring, an artist, and so, I mean, he is awesome, but Hal Jordan is the one that seems to be more prominent.
He was straightforward. He was level-headed. I mean, why the hell would you cast Ryan Reynolds? That man's never had a serious role.
He did. He was Amityville Horror, which was a ridiculous, terrible casting. I'm gonna say that right now. Why would you because honestly the whole time I kept waiting for him to make a joke or something. And
Yeah.
I did. Oh man. But yeah. Okay. So that one did hurt me because that should have been. I was really hoping for that one. I was really hoping for that one. That one I was really hoping was gonna be way better. I would have liked to see the Kyle Rayner. I would like to still see a Kyle Rayner version.
They're talking about doing Jon Stewart.
See, Jon Stewart even is not bad. Like Jon
That would
Stewart,
be
he was
good.
alright. He was alright too.
He was
It's
one of
just
my favorite.
Hal Jordan, yeah. Hal Jordan is very much on the bottom of my list because I just never really cared for the Hal Jordan.
Yes.
Is that it? Do you have anything else to champagne?
No, not really.
Okay, let's move on.
Parallax was awful.
Parallax.
Yes. Oh, the way he killed him. Jets into the sun.
It just.
Though I will say, Mark Strong played Sinestro. And if you watched after the credits when he slipped that yellow ring on, I shat myself.
I will say that he did do a good job. Like
I love him as that.
Which
It was amazing.
I would like to point out, we're talking about the guy who was technically a side character
Yeah.
was better than the main character.
Kilowog was better.
Kilowog
The
was
giant, the
awful.
big
Yeah.
warthog guy.
Yeah, he was better. I mean, pretty much everybody except
Hal Jordan.
Hal Jordan. Oh man.
Did you catch that Carol Ferris, his girlfriend? Her name when she was as a jet was Starfire or Star Sapphire.
Oh no, I didn't know.
That's what she turns into.
Ah.
And that's awful too.
That's
She's
awful,
usually
too.
just love struck and then found a gem or something.
All right.
Green Lantern.
Green
Do
Lantern.
better.
Number 4.
Number 3, Daredevil. Everyone knew this was going to be on here.
Genuinely, we could stop right here and we wouldn't have to explain anything because everybody knows.
Yes.
I'm surprised it didn't make it higher on the list, but
for the most part, I will say, it is a pretty okay movie. Just the way he did it.
It's all your fault, Ben Affleck.
Let's hopefully see if he does better with Batman.
Hopefully.
By the way, he's supposed to be in 6 movies.
6 as Batman?
Yes.
Let's hope he does not
Suicide Squad, Batman vs. Superman, the Justice League 2, then apparently it's going to be Batman versus the rest of the Justice League in their own their own movies.
Not one of those.
Well, DC, stop being terrible, or I'll break you.
Yeah, that movie, it was not for me. Not for me.
No. I don't understand. I mean, it's Daredevil. How the hell is he able to be like the Hulk and leap like this?
Because he's blind.
That makes no sense.
The rest of your body.
That makes as much sense as me having a crab mask.
Yeah, that was awful. Yeah. Speaking of jumping like the Hulk.
Number 2. The Hulk. Not the Incredible Hulk.
No, not the Incredible
The one with Eric Bana. The Hulk.
We probably didn't have to specify. I'm assuming you probably knew what we were talking about.
The one where he fights Hulk dogs. What the shit?
That movie, I've never even seen the whole movie. I never seen.
You don't need to.
Yeah, because I got.
You watch the first 15 minutes and you're like, this is just awful.
Yeah, and that's
Throw
essentially
it
what
away.
it is.
If you own it, burn it.
If you own it, be ashamed, then burn it.
And burn it to a CD and burn that CD. But first, burn it to your computer and then send it to us, so we can burn our computers. That's how terrible it is.
Yeah, it was, and I don't know. I mean, like I've heard this joked about, but the guy who did it, who was the director, was also the guy who directed Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
No. Did he do Brokeback Mountain too?
I don't know. No, maybe. I don't know. You said that to me.
Yeah, I think
I was
said
like, I know somebody said that to me, and I was like, oh yeah, it was you. I don't know.
It's Derek. Yes.
Yes, Jarek. I mean.
Yes.
And his career kind of went south, didn't it? So that kind of showed you how awful this movie was. It's almost, that one again is almost like, I mean, really the top 3 are very self-explanatory. So, moving on, number 1.
Number 1.
Movies.
The worst comic to movie was The Spirit.
This was so bad that
I think that was by Vertigo Comics, right?
yeah, Vertigo, I think, was The Spirit, right? Was it? Yeah, I think so. This was so bad that, like, even a cameo by Samuel L. Jackson could not save this movie.
And that does a lot for a movie.
It really does, because he's in.
I mean, if Samuel L. Jackson played me, we probably wouldn't be on this list.
No, yeah, we'd be doing great. So, I mean, that's. I don't even know what to say about this movie, with how.
It was pretty awful. I mean, it had a pretty good cast.
Yeah,
but
that's another thing that's surprising, because they had some stars on there that were legit stars.
Right. I guess they were down in the dumps that day.
They were down in something that day, because, oofa. I know. I just.
Yes, Fus Roda.
Fus Roda.
Absolutely.
I don't even know what to say about this. To point out the wrong in this movie would take forever, because it is just.
Now, I had read some of the comic books, and from what I understand,
it semi-followed it.
Yeah.
So in one of those ways, it was
yes,
like,
you know.
well,
his
they
name
got
was
his name
Spirit.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there was a black guy, and there's some women, and he had a tie.
Spirit, what are you doing? Why?
DC. What did I say?
Okay, well that's our top 5 of the worst.
Now on to the best.
To the best.
Top 5. Number 5. Batman Begins.
Start worst with Batman, best with Batman.
The reason is because out of all the movies, I felt this really hit more closely to the comic books than much of the other ones. And it still kept that realistic environment.
Yeah. Yeah, this one did, I would say, like, this one was very, the way they portrayed everything was better in this one.
Yes. I don't like how Ra's al Ghul was, what's his face?
Liam Neeson?
Yeah, Liam Neeson.
Yeah, 'cause
I don't like that. Liam Neeson is too much of a badass to be playing Ra's al Ghul. Oh, I'm sorry, Ra's al Ghul. And then that is pretty much it. I mean,
that's the only complaint.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, otherwise the movie's great.
Yeah,
the casting was...
what is it?
pretty
It
good,
was Cillian Murphy as Scarecrow. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That is one of the best things. That's
yeah.
like Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
Your accent was starting to fade. You were so excited.
I was.
Yeah, and it was... Yeah, Jack Nicholson.
Heath Ledger as a Joker, too.
Yeah, he was...
But
really
he was a
too.
different Joker.
Yeah.
Not
So,
comic book Joker.
I mean, really, that one's... There's not really much to talk about. I mean,
No.
they did so much right. There's very, very little to talk about on it.
Yeah. And his Batman voice wasn't real good.
It was close, though. But it wasn't that...
He
Yeah,
was the word hockey pad.
what he said. Yeah, he it wasn't as drastic as it had become later, but
Oh, it was terrible.
it was all right. You know, that I did have a little, you know, because, like,
Incidentally, the little kid that he gives his binoculars to
yeah,
is Joffrey. It's King Joffrey from the Game of Thrones movies.
yeah.
If he would have not given him that, if he would have just struck him in the back of the head, we would have saved a lot of lives.
Batman, you could have saved everyone. You should have struck him down when you had the chance. Break him. All right. So number 4.
Iron Man.
Again.
The original Iron Man movie.
Not
Very
bad.
great.
Yeah.
Casting Tony Stark. Look at that. Robert Downey Jr.
Is Tony
as
Stark.
Tony Stark. It was the greatest thing.
Because he does, but he always kind of portrays that kind of cockiness and smoothness
Yes.
and kind of just.
And also, Tony Stark went through a lot of drugs and alcohol.
And hey, he knows that. He has experience there.
Yes. I mean, you know, there was very little to really complain about. I mean, you know, the entire movie, it was just amazingly structured.
If I had to complain about one thing, it's the same complaint I had about the old, like the cartoon series, was I would have loved to see more suits. Like in the series, he
does
would always
later.
get his suit, and then he flies through, and he's got all these suits that do all this
Right,
stuff.
right, like
but
the
he
Hulk
never freaking
Buster,
uses
or
it.
the one that you could only go underwater with, or the
Yeah.
one that shot cement or something. Yeah.
I thought that was cool, but they never touched on it. They really, like, every so
Yes.
often he'd get like a space one.
They kind of did.
But on, yeah,
I mean, I think
on
it
the
was
movie, I
number
meant on
2.
the cartoon
I
series.
think it was
Yeah.
Iron Man 2.
The movie they did.
When all of
do,
his other ones fought him or something. And I think
Yeah,
that's
they
the
did.
basis behind Age of Ultron, too.
Is it? Yeah, we'll see.
It's probably all his suits.
So that was why it was 4.
4, yes. Number 3, Sin City.
Great. All right, so I've never really read the comic books. I've seen a little bit here, a little bit there, but I did see like comparisons, and it was
Mickey
like
Rourke.
it was like people were born
Yeah.
to play these roles.
Absolutely.
Mickey Rourke, the most they did to him was just like put a little like flattener on his nose, so he had more of a boxer's nose, like a flat nose, and like
Yes.
that was it. And he looked like him.
They were
I mean-
great. I mean, everything they did, the way, the whole story, and everything. The contrast with the black and the white, and the yellows, the reds, it flowed perfectly in this movie.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful movie.
It is. And
It was long,
It was long, and it's
but
gory,
it was good.
but yeah, so good.
Also, you know, Jessica Alba, stripping,
She doesn't get down to too much, but you know,
but still stripping.
pretty awesome still.
I would have.
I'd have thrown ones at her all day.
I would have hit it, then broke her.
Hit it, then broke it.
All right, number
Wait, get that
2,
mask off.
another Another what?
Nothing.
Number
Number 2.
Okay. Number 2. Watchmen. It's another one of those.
Watchmen surprised me on
Yes.
how kind of dark and deep the storyline is
It
on
was
it.
beautiful.
Yeah, and who's the creator? What's his
Alan
name?
Moore.
Alan Moore. I think it was him, right? Alan Moore kind of complained about the movie. He didn't like it. Was that him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think he was the one that was complaining because some of the parts that he felt weren't true.
Well, that's because when you take such a great graphic novel like The Watchmen, and you take, the 300 director and the Superman director, Zack Snyder. Snyder focused on a lot of the same aspects as he did with the 300. A lot of slow motion fight scenes,
Which went bad.
gore, and sex.
Yeah, and I mean, I thought it was great.
Yes, yeah.
Because
It just didn't get as deep of a meaning for each character. I mean, the comic book by far is so much superior.
Yeah, but doesn't mean this one isn't good.
No,
it's great. If
absolutely
you haven't
not.
seen it, by all means, go see it.
Yes,
I mean,
Rorschach.
go rent it because it's a great movie, just a great watch.
Yes.
So, The
And on
Watchmen.
top- yes,
is a
it's
great
a great
watch.
watch. And on top of that, I will say, out of any other character ever, I would love to be Mr. Manhattan.
Mr. Manhattan.
I mean, to be everywhere all at once, then just you're dead.
That was like one of the that was one of the things he was complaining about because of how they portrayed it, but it made sense.
Well, there was a lot of blue junk on the screen.
Well,
but, yeah,
not
it's
even
okay.
that. I meant like how his powers work because
Yeah.
they how do they put it? They portray him as being able to. He just like knows everything that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
his real
He had a
power
way
is
of
that he
clairvoyance.
exists.
Everywhere. In all dimensions,
And I was
in all
like-
time, everywhere. Yes.
It practically
Why-
it was practically the same thing. You didn't really
Why he
lose
got
anything.
like this, I don't know why, but
ripped
yeah.
because Hollywood. That's why.
Yeah, probably.
They needed to spray on it,
what
spray
it
on
is.
some abs.
Spray on blue abs.
All right,
And the number one best comic book to movie, The Avengers.
This
Marvel did the most beautiful job at originally putting, 6 characters? Yeah, 6, maybe
Yeah.
7 characters
It
who are
was
all well known
Thor,
together.
Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow, and Hawkeye.
And Captain America.
Captain America.
And Nick Fury.
And Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Nick Fury was always fun. Because, okay, so this is not really against the movie, but Nick Fury was white in the comic books.
Well, they're doing the Ultimate Avengers.
Oh, was he black in the old
Yes, he was legitimately actually Samuel L. Jackson in the comic
okay.
books.
Because, I was saying, he was like a white ginge
No, he
with
wasn't.
an eye patch, wasn't he?
No. He's salt and pepper head.
No, yeah, he had salt and pepper.
No, Rorschach was the ginger.
Well, yeah, but I thought he was gingy.
That
But
was-
yeah, so he had salt and pepper hair. He did have an eye patch, though, didn't
Yes.
he? Yeah. But, okay, so if they're doing that one, okay, that makes
Yeah, the
more sense.
Ultimates, in the comic books, it's specifically Samuel L. Jackson's face in the comic book.
Awesome. And so, I mean, but outside of that, it's a great movie. I mean, it is a
And Loki.
great
We
movie.
forgot Loki. And Thanos.
Well, I thought you meant on the team.
Right.
So, yeah, those two as well. So
Well,
there's
yeah,
9 people, 8 people
Yeah, about 9, yeah.
and it was beautifully done, wonderfully. I mean,
Absolutely. I mean, to be able to be the first ones ever to put all of these great heroes into a movie together. I mean, it could have not. There's no way I could see it ever going any more beautifully.
yeah, because and now they really set the bar high for
Yeah,
DC.
absolutely.
DC's Avengers.
Justice
DC's
League.
Justice League really has their work cut out for them because if they fail,
That's why.
they're going to be compared to this, and
Mhm.
they really need to buckle down here.
That's why, unfortunately, you have in the Batman versus Superman movie, Wonder Woman's taking almost a Black Widow role in Iron Man 2, where she's just kind of there.
Ugh. See,
It's disappointing, DC.
They just needed to work her in there.
Yeah, no, they didn't. They could have just was like Batman versus Superman. Done.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman movie.
DC. But, hey, you know, we don't know yet. It might be great. It might be awful. We're not sure.
Let's hope.
Yeah, either way.
I've got a lot of faith in you.
That was our...
Don't make this again.
That was our top 5 list of the best comic book 2 movies.
Yeah.
We hope you liked it. If there's anything you felt we left off or anything you felt needed to be bumped up, lowered, whatever, put it down in the comments. Please talk about it, discuss it, you know,
Yes.
whatever else. As always, like, subscribe, poke, tweet,
Yeah.
prod, whatever else they have.
Whatever they do.
And
All of it.
yeah, and again, submit your art.
Submit it.
Well, I would say if you want to draw Derek as Bane, that'd be fine.
Great.
Derek Bird. And submit it, and we'll look through. Always submit a little bit about yourself, a bit about, you know, your art, etc., etc. And if nothing else, you'll get on our Facebook. We'll put you in our Facebook so people can, you know, check out your art.
Absolutely.
So, you got anything left? Did you want to say any more Baney stuff before we?
Sure.
Okay.
I was wondering what would break first.
Oh, that's it. All right. As always, stay epic, nerds.